Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us and welcome to the Aisha Sisterhood Show. Today, my name is Honey, and I'm today with my beautiful co-host Queen Sue and our guest James Lucas from Together Chicago. Today, we will be discussing Together Chicago's mission. Um, they went on a they went on a trip to Africa and they have come back with a whole new revelation and thought process about um, relationships and building and they had a tribal summit yesterday here in Chicago and it was truly beautiful and we asked James to come on here and to elaborate more on what was discussed yesterday and just to answer some questions for us about what they learned and where they're going from here. We welcome any questions, comments, feedback. And at this time, we're going to ask that you take the time to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, Queen Sue, you want to say hello?
I just want to say, blessing beyond to the multitude of everyone, and it's a pleasure to be in the company of all of you out there in the land today. And it's also, um, I'm just at a high magnitude that we have the brother Lockett here today with us because the summit on yesterday was so fulfilling and he participated in going in the trip and he paid so he just got so much. I'm just glad that he took it upon himself to stand by us at the last minute, coming in here to give us what we want to give to you all out there. Thank you. Let's enjoy.
All right. Okay. Well, before we begin our segment, we're going to open up with a prayer so we can bring more of God in and less of us. I'll be doing now Fataha in Arabic. Palms up, everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alaihim. Ghairil maghdubi alaihim waladallin. Amen. All right. So we're going to take our first commercial break and start our segment. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. James.
Okay, so a little bit about myself. First is James Lux. Lux Queen James.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Good evening, family. Good evening, family. Everyone that's tuned in, I want to give honors to God for allowing myself and everyone that's on this live be here in the moment. Thank you, God, for allowing us to see another day. My name is James Lux. I'm a street outreach supervisor working in the East Garfield community. I work for Together Chicago. That's the organization that I work for, Together Chicago. And our mission is to help lower like the gun violence, help do our part in decreasing the violence in our communities and enriching and enlightening our community. So, helping with the negative and try to bring as much positive and goodwill to the different communities on the west and south side. I was a co-host and a speaker at yesterday's Tribal Peace Summit. A month ago, two of my supervisors, it was a 6-man trip. Two supervisors, a couple of co-workers. We went to Nairobi, Kenya. We were supposed to go to Rwanda, but we stayed in Nairobi, Kenya. And the experience was beautiful, extremely beautiful. I could talk about it, but in order to really take it in, you would have to be there yourself. But what I did pick up from being there with our family, our brothers and sisters in Africa, you see the polar opposite right away from how we live in the West or the United States or even in Chicago. Um, Going to some of the villages or what they call the slums or the ghettos, because everywhere you go, you have your upper echelon, you're well off, then you have your poor, your middle class. And I had a chance to experience on all three levels. But seeing that things as small as like water, drinking water, or water just to bathe with, or to cook with, or just a bottle of water that we take for granted here in Chicago or in the Western world means the world to them in Africa. And again, I only went to Nairobi, so I can't speak for the whole continent, but where I was, resources like water is so vital for survival. Yet, we'll open a bottle of water, take a couple sips, leave it on the table, maybe throw it in the trash. And we was out at like a flea market type thing, getting souvenirs to bring back. And there was a little girl, couldn't be no more than 6 or 7, and I had opened the water, drunk like half the bottle, had a bottle of water I was carrying around. But the little girl kept asking me for this water. And I was like, I drunk out of it. You don't want it. I opened it. You don't want this bottle. And she kept saying, please, brother, we hungry. Please just can I just have the water? I'm thirsty. And my coworker and supervisor, LeBonis True, he was like, bro, it don't matter. Like they would they'll be grateful. She'll be grateful to have that. And I felt bad because our conscience here in the Western world, like, man, you don't really want to drink behind nobody, whatever, whatever. But the little girl took the water and drank it. It was grateful and hugged me and everything. And that kind of hit me to my core. And that was just a personal experience and moment that I had outside of seeing them walk 2, 3 miles to a village or to a water station to bring big buckets back on their head. I only seen stuff like this in movies, on the TV, but to actually be there and watch the queens, the sisters, walking for miles carrying water, it did something to me. It gave me a totally different purpose. Then to hear some of the queens express like they can't work at certain times of the month or go to school because Mother Nature, because they don't have resources like feminine pads, feminine napkins for women. So they like if they're in school or if they're at work and Mother Nature come, they be embarrassed to move because it's gonna show through their clothes or they don't want to be talked about. So like that was hard for me knowing that we take so much for granted back home. And every chance I get, I try to share the story with my people to say, be grateful because one, if you're God conscious, God is love, God is everything. He's time, He's love, He's grace, He's mercy, He's everything that you can think of. So when you squander time, when you be ungrateful, when you not merciful and forgiving to other people, like you're doing a disservice to God, you frowning on him, you throwing away everything he's given you. So I try to make sure that I spread that message and say, hey, be grateful for the little things because somebody's situation is always smaller than yours, worse than yours. So it's the small things that matter at this point. You go ahead, Queen, or if I can elaborate a little bit more if need be.
Oh, the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Okay, so you know, that was my experience in Africa. So the purpose of the Tribal Peace Summit is going back to the motherland. We understand in Africa you have the different tribes, and we are aware of the Rwandan genocide. And I often tell people when I say that, they be like, "What you talking about?" I was like, the movie Hotel Rwanda.
Mhm.
The movie
Yep,
Hotel
true.
Rwanda is the Rwandan genocide between the two tribes, the Hutu and the Tutsi. What they didn't do yesterday at the Tribal Peace Summit, and I was trying to get back up there at the end because we kind of missed some things, but they did give the number that in 100 days, there was 900,000 men, women, kids slaughtered. Not by gun. Nobody was down the street shooting. These brothers and sisters was actually running up on each other with machetes and killing each other. But they didn't break the number down so our audience can really understand. Again, 900,000 people in 100 days. So, Queen, that's 9,000 people a day in 24 hours, 9,000 people for 100 days. And then to break it down even smaller, that's 375 people being slaughtered an hour. So, in the city of Chicago, on a bad year, we may have maybe over 600. I don't think we ever made it to 700 deaths or shootings in a calendar year in 365 days. So you saying in one day 9,000 people was slaughtered. That's something like if you like we have to plant that seed so people can kind of visualize and think on that.
Yes,
But
that's
these two tribes. So now they at a point where, and it's not no one solutions, it's not 100 solutions, but they trying to become one Rwanda. The tribes are reconciling differences. The perpetrators and the victims are working together. They being held accountable. They owning up to their part that they played in the genocide and things like that. So they was bringing a story to Chicago for the different warring fractions, the different tribes in Chicago to say, hey, peace is possible if you want peace. It's not going to happen overnight. It may not happen in a year. It may take us 5 or 10 years to really get a grip on it, but we saying let's take one step. And my approach to it was saying, if we can just agree to not slide,
yes,
I'm not saying don't be on defense. By all means, protect yourself. But don't go out and consciously be on offense. Don't go out consciously to hurt someone. We don't have to hold hands and be friends and none of that. But let's just say, man, it's enough space for everybody. We're not going to go over y'all territory. Don't come over in our territory. And that would be maybe one of the first steps of lowering the crime rate and the shootings and everything. My next message to that is there's no winners in these tribal war on no end. What you
no,
either going to jail for the rest of your life or you going to the cemetery. But here's the thing: Tribe A and Tribe B is warned. Tribe B killed Lil Pookie in Tribe A. Lil Pookie got family outside of the tribe. He got blood relatives that may want they lick back in blood, a pound of flesh outside of the tribe. So let's just say they get their lick back. Now both of them is 1-1. But then tribe B goes back and it's just like a ping pong. We playing tennis with lives. We playing table tennis with human being lives.
yes,
So if tribe B kill 1,000 people in tribe A, it's never gonna bring little Ray Ray back.
yes, yes, yes.
All the killing is never gonna replace the one person that's gone.
That's
But
right.
we're not conscious enough to see that we just messed up 1,000 more families. We just did so much more damage to our community when we can just say, hey man, we both lost, we both suffer losses on both sides. and just let it be that. There's no winners. It's just gonna be continuous death and continuous people going to jail.
Yeah. A never
We
ending cycle.
we are losing our men. We are losing our youth. We are losing good soldiers to protect our people, to protect our women and children, to
Yeah.
protect our communities. We are throwing it all away.
Yes, indeed.
There is no winners, kings, queens. We have to share the message. We have to keep being a sounding board. We have to keep being vocal to our community, to the little brothers in the community, to our family, our sons, our nephews, our little cousins, whatever, because it's their peers. Even if they not active in it, that age group is their peers. So if we could talk to somebody in that age group that can probably get their ear, we need to just keep trying to put that message out that there's no winners. We understand that people hurt, they lost a loved one, but at some point it has to come to an end. It has to.
Now, question: as older people, how do we even get in the audience with these young people? What you know what I'm saying? Like, is it we we have to start creating some type of opportunities for us to even interact with them.
So like it's just engaging. Like walking down the street, sometimes they be on our own the where we live. They may be down a block on the corner, or if we walk into the store and we may see them. It never hurt to say, "Hey, little brother, can I talk with you for a minute? Hey, little sister, can I talk with you for a minute?" And kind of be an icebreaker, and then just engage. Not really trying to pry in their business, but like, man, what y'all got going on? Y'all looking for any jobs? I might have some resources for some jobs. If you know somebody that's looking, hey, I'm with this organization, or I know an organization that's doing certain things, trying to help the community, the young brothers and the sisters. What y'all think about doing this? Or even engaging and asking them, man, what y'all think about the climate of the city, the climate in the city, and try to get their feedback and their thoughts on some things. But I'm saying that to say we have to engage. We have to start a conversation first, and then kind of just listen, let them do the talking and fill it out, and then, hey, well, I got this resources, or man, y'all play sports. They got 3 days out the week at Breakthrough. They got night gym if y'all play ball or whatever, like, and just kind of engage and show them that it's other positive activities or resources that can help with some things, maybe some of the problems that they going through.
Yeah,
Like, if
it
if we
gotta be
have,
like
go ahead,
boots on the
Queen.
ground. Yes, it gotta be boots on the ground.
Exactly. Like, even if we have contact cards and certain information, hey man, hey, take my card if you ever need me, or if y'all ever want to, do some sports, or you decide you want to work, here's my contact. At least engage and have 2-3 minutes of conversation. It can be short, but at least we letting them know that we care and we ain't just throw them away.
Right, right. How do we,
And even so much as to tell them this, man, I see you, little bro. Know that you matter. Like, man, know that you matter, and I see you, man. I walk down the street, I go to the store, man. I see you be out here, man. You matter, man. Your life is precious. Just know that. And he probably won't know what you saying. Man, what he talking about? But just to drop a seed to say, man, you matter. Like, man, we ain't just
right.
threw you away. We care, man. We matter. I see you out here. Be safe out here, little bro. And next time we come back past, he's gonna be like, "Hey, Queen, well, what's up, big homie? What's up, big bro?" Because now you like, man, I see you. You
Yes.
matter. I care about you.
Right,
So
right.
that's my approach to how I stay active in the community and talking to different people, because like,
Exactly.
man, you matter. You're a king. I know you're
Right.
going through some things right now, but if you really knew who you were, if you don't know thyself, you'll move different.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Quinn, you have anything you want to add to that? You muted, Queen. You muted, Queen.
Okay, I was trying to find.
Okay.
Y'all work with me now. Work with me.
I got you.
Um, I feel that that the only way that we gonna bridge the gap is to just keep on sticking by just being able to how one of our sisters, Teresa, right?
Hmm.
What does Teresa do? She talks to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everybody. Everybody won't be receptive, but you know what? Don't none be to fail yourself a try.
That's right.
And we got to try because it ain't about us no more. It's about our children and our children's children. And we got
That's
to
right.
do our era right now is to save the children at
Yes.
any mean necessary. Any
Mhm.
mean necessary. So you got to get out there and be amongst them. You know what I'm saying? So they can hear you. You got to be able to speak where they can hear you, not talking at them. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? You got to
Yep.
listen to what they got to say. You got to hear their views. And just like they were saying, us as the elder, we're people. We want to hold a position or we want to our. We got to let them go out and sprout. You know, um, we got to let them show us that we do respect your intelligence. We do respect where you coming from. Just teach us because we're a little bit kind of slow on it. You know what I'm saying? But we want to do the right thing. We
That's
want to
right.
make you be the one that's gonna carry us to where we gotta go to. So we gotta make sure that you're being fed the right nutrients and that we trust in you. It's a trust issue.
Yeah. That's right.
It's a trust issue. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you could have a little bitty baby walking around 3 years old, and you grab the baby hand, and you trying to pull the baby this way, but the baby trying to pull you that way. Mommy, come this way. You know what I'm saying? And you,
Hmm.
because I know, because I'm the mother, I'm gonna go this way. But all the time, that baby got an inside them just saving you and her.
Hmm.
So it's all about us just coming together. The communication is a must.
Yes,
You
indeed.
know, and
Yes, indeed.
we the sisters, we the mothers, we the aunties, the grandmas, and everything. We are willing to lift our kings up. We want to put the nourishment inside of you all to let y'all know that we standing beside you. Whatever you say, we moving forward to save our children because we have an undying love, and we just want the right things to happen. And it's time for us to come together. We the only race of people that don't stick together,
That's right.
and I'm tired of it. I'm so tired. Oh, I'm just over it.
Can I, if I
But I
can,
really
let me
respect your
piggyback.
journey. I respect you as a man, and I am just, I just get excited about you saying yes. You will come and help us at the last minute to, what I'm saying. I would go like, Freddie, for real. I say, Freddie, we got to get them on. You know what I'm saying? Talking back and forth, and you said yes. That ain't number God.
I,
That
I
ain't
Wait.
had a I had
huh?
the utmost respect for you queens.
Yes, sir.
For one, because you are my black queens, my African queens,
Yes.
and two, you are doing great work for our people. We are doing the same work. It may be different paths, different
Yeah.
orgs, but we are doing the same work. So every chance I can get to collaborate with people that's doing the right thing for the
Mm-hmm.
community, I'm
Mm-hmm.
all in. I'll move some stuff around. I don't care if it's
Thank you.
last minute. I just want an opportunity to talk to my people and be
Yeah.
part of the solution. Me teaming up with you queens today and being able to talk to our people, man, that's some collaborative work. We are actually putting like boots on the ground and we are working. We talking to our people. We trying to get them a word or right. So I'm honored that you queens even asked me to
Yes.
be on this platform, man. I'll
Well, I
be a
want to tell
guest
you. Yes.
every time y'all
Thank you.
need me. I'll come on and speak a word to the right. But I don't want to lose this thought. You
Right.
said the Queen Teresa talks to everybody. So
Yeah.
this is why like salespeople or multi-level marketing and things like this why they be so successful
Mm-hmm.
because they always tell you it's the law of numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
You may have to talk to 100 people before you get one sale.
Yes.
You may have to talk to 1,000 people before you get 10 sales. So
Yeah.
let's transfer that to our youth. We might have to
Yes.
talk to 100 people before one person buy into what we're saying.
Yes.
But that one person could probably sway 10 people if we
Mm-hmm.
get this one person. So it's the law of numbers. We have to talk to the people. We not only talk, but we have to listen too. We have to engage. Let's just say this: we have to engage with our youth, but we also have to, excuse me, we also have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Can y'all still hear me? Cause I said my
Yes, sir.
Yes, we hear you.
okay.
Yes.
Well, I want to bring this to your attention. We the Aisha sisters. Um, we are boots on the ground. Um, in the year of 2025, our projected date is October the 18th. But we are working right now, so we need you, and you. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're gonna do a million moms march. But we need our brothers, we need our kings, we need our uncles, our daddies, and everybody to get in line and get
Yes,
behind
sir.
us so
Yes.
we could grab a hold of these youth because we don't want to be no failure and we're not trying to have no event. We're not doing no event to say we did something in Chicago and we pulled a million people. No, if we cannot change the scenario of us having this event, then it's useless that we having it. So we want to have ideas. We need to know what we need to approach. And that summons yesterday was a hole in the heart was gapping, and it just made a lot of sense. I'm a very spiritual person, and like I said, I've been on a high. I don't know what getting high is about, but I've been on a high, so high. You hear what I'm saying? I'm just walking on clouds right about now because God has showed me. He has showed me the path that we
Hmm.
got this victory and we're gonna win it.
That's right. That's right.
So
Because we're gonna reach these youth, and they
y'all,
gonna be marching with us on the front line of that
Yes,
Miss Mom March. Because the
yes.
we
mothers, we the nurturers.
Mm-hmm.
We got them formative years, that 9 months and them the 9 months in our woman, them first 5 years. Those the primary years. The child is majority with their parent, and usually it's the mother. So it's our responsibility during that time to create some structure, to give the most positive and effective loving that we can give on these kids. We have to speak life in these children. Every time they do something crazy, they can't be a stupid mf'er.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because if they're a stupid mf'er, the person that gave birth to them a stupid mf'er too. Because it take one to know one. You understand what I'm saying? So that's on us as women. We have to change that narrative. We have to speak life into these children. We got to speak life into them. We got to love on them. And we can't let the TV raise them. We
Or
can't
the
let
social
the cell
media.
phone raise them. We can't let Facebook raise them.
Right.
TikTok raise them. Instagram raise them. Because all those things are creating false narratives. Because every time you go on social media, everybody rich and living their most fabulous life with no job. You understand what I'm saying? That's a whole false narrative. Because, honey, just like Mr. Luckett said, if over there, if you don't work, if you don't eat, it's the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
social media had you thinking that everybody living this so far, everybody rich, everybody doing this. No, that ain't it. They flogging,
hey
they
honey,
capping, or so them young people say.
can I say this right quick?
Yes,
So
sir.
over there, we was 8 hours ahead of Chicago time. So like we would be out at 2, 3 in the morning over there. And they just not breaking down they stand selling bananas, selling boiled eggs, selling fruit, whatever they could sell at like 2 in the morning. But then like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, they setting those stands right back up to be out there at least 16, 17 hours to sell eggs, to sell bread, to sell bananas or whatever type of fruit they got, cantaloupe or whatever. And literally, if you do not get up and work, you do not eat because there's no assistance from the government. They out all day, every day selling something. I can't hear you, Queen.
Oh, I was saying you didn't have to stop talking, but since you did, we're gonna take a brief commercial break. At this time, please, you guys, anybody viewing, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Share this live video to your social media pages. We need all the support. Welcome back. Welcome back to our second segment of the Aisha Sisters Show. I'm Honey, joined by my beautiful co-host Queen Sue, and our guest James Lucas from Together Chicago.
All right.
So I also believe in accountability. I take an approach of accountability, right? And I talk to a lot of tribesmen in different tribes. Some with voices or either just a certain maturity level, like up in age. And I ask them, I say, why don't we all reach back to the lit guys in whatever tribe you come from, our own particular tribe, and ask them about the foundation. Ask them the reason why they took an oath to this particular tribe. What was it that attracted them to this particular tribe? And go back to the history and the foundation of these tribes. Because none of this tribal literature, concepts, paperwork, whatever you want to call it, tells us to, man, let's just participate in a mass genocide against our people. I don't think when these organizations, these particular tribes were started, that it told us this is what we're gonna do for the rest of our life. Just tie down our community.
Right.
So I spoke at a pride event during the summer, and I was saying in the 50s and the 60s, when these particular tribes was put together, it had purpose and reason. I said you had the Black Keystone Rangers, you had the Black Gangster Disciples, you had Black Panthers, you had Black Souls. Hence the word black for a reason, because we was going through a black power struggle. It was a struggle for the Black African Americans here. So these organizations and tribes was put together simply to protect our communities, to protect our people. We got away from protecting and providing in our original doctrine, and now it's just like cowboys and Indians. It's like the Wild Wild West. And my thing is, man, go back to the basics. Go back to the foundation of why the kings and the founders or whatever in these particular tribes put these tribes together. And if you can't find it, it's documentaries all over YouTube on different tribes, and it's gonna tell you the history and the reason why things was what it was. But we all had a common purpose, and that was the struggle, the Black Power struggle, the struggle of our people. We got to protect and uplift our people in these communities, and we got
Yeah.
away from that. And if we can go back and start teaching our youth that, hey man, whatever tribe you from, it wasn't founded on that. Man,
Hmm.
go back and study the history of your tribe, and you will see that the forefathers, what we doing today, they didn't want us to do that. We were supposed to have been doing something else. Certain individuals may have corrupted it and did whatever they did. That's a whole nother story. But the foundation of why you took an oath and why you signed up
Hmm.
wasn't based on what's happening today.
Right.
Right.
and and
That's
and,
right.
and that's another seed that I try to, for the tribes and then the different tribes, and they're like, hey man, we ain't doing what we supposed to do. What, like, we ain't moving right. And another term is, which is true, like, law govern everything.
There you
Law's
go.
supposed to govern every event. So, like, man, if we moving outside of law and what the doctrine say, we ain't being true to what we signed up for.
That's right.
Hmm. Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
Right.
it shouldn't be a gray area. We shouldn't straddle the fence. Like, law is law. Like, don't bend it and all that. Like, man, law is what it is. It was there from the beginning of these particular tribes, and it was got us 50 years down the line because it was some structure put in there. So, like, if we start eroding the structure, then it ain't gonna be nothing at some point.
Hmm. And another thing, pardon the body, is that it's with this internet going on. It's so like I'll be in the neighborhood a lot of times, and I'm a very voiceful person and speak to people. And I talk to guys, and they'll be sitting there telling me, "Well, this person did this and this, and I know this person. I'm the person you saying that you know. I don't know you. I don't even know where you came from." They get stuff off the internet, and they didn't. The internet got the laws that we was governed by from our ancestors that started everything, and it's completely hogwash. And these kids, they tell you different stuff that don't even belong in what we honor. And then so many people is, I don't know what that word for the propaganda or whatever. These older people, a lot of the people that we stand by and all that kind of stuff, they didn't took it and started manipulating so many of the youth. You hear what I'm saying? And they tore up the laws by letting people pay them to
Hmm.
say that they was this and they was that, and sweeping stuff up under the rug when they was supposed to be governed everything by organizational law that they was supposed to been raised up on.
Right.
So the young kids' heads is like sponges. They see you do something, they're gonna do something even better than what you doing on the manipulation side. They're gonna show you we 10 times colder than what you is. So we just gotta find a structure where we could get back, because there's no loyalty, there's no love, there's no respect, no more. You know, these kids, they cuss out the mamas, they kick the grandmamas down. You know what I'm saying? They just do everything that's unorthodox. And a real man come around seeing them kids doing that. They used to straighten them kids out. And by a lot of the fathers and the brothers and stuff not being in the lives of these kids, that's why they are totally destructive.
Hmm.
Totally. Everybody living their own life and not really worrying about what tomorrow is going to bring.
Hmm.
From speaking from a man's point of view,
Hmm.
there is, well, not even from a man's point of view, when I say this, there is nothing like a mother's love.
That's
There
right.
is nothing in the world to compare to that. But
Hmm.
then you got auntie and you got grandma or big mom or my dear. Like,
Hmm.
to have mama and auntie and grandma and have that nourishment and that love and that direction, and y'all whispering in our ear that, hey, we need strong men. We need y'all. We need y'all to protect us. Y'all valuable. We need y'all. Hey man, don't sag your pants. Men don't do that. And men
Right.
supposed to do this, and men talk to women a certain type of way. You women are so essential to the growth of men.
Yes.
You are so essential to the growth of men. You women are our balance. Because if not, we're gonna go to the extreme. Anything, right, left, any extreme is
Right.
harmful. We need that even kill, that balance. So when y'all grabbing us and giving us the pull up and telling us, man, we need y'all. We need our men. We need the communities to be protected. We need our households. We need y'all in the households. We need these kids to have some type of balance. Like even if the father not in the house, at least we need a male voice. We need we need big bro down the street. We need a male that can come and talk
Yeah.
to, to this young brother at times. So I'm asking you women, my host, Honey and Queen, and then the women that's tuned in, continue to pour into us men.
Yeah.
Continue to grab us by the, grab our hand and pull us to the side and say, hey, King, hey, you know, don't dim your light.
That's right.
Straighten your crown up a little bit. Like we need you. You important. We need to hear that from y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
when we out here in our madness, we
Yeah.
need y'all voice. We need y'all to say,
Yeah.
hey, you can do better. I'm
Yeah.
praying for you.
Yeah.
Or hey, we
Yeah.
need you. And a lot of us men have daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on, a lot of us have daughters, so we have to, hey, what about your daughter? Like, who gonna protect her? Who gonna make sure
Right.
she okay? Who gonna kind of groom her and teach her to not accept certain stuff from men that's gonna do it? Like, so
Yeah.
we need y'all to pour into us. I
Yeah.
need y'all to pour into us, into me.
And
Like, I welcome that.
yes.
And this is a call to the audience, like queens. Even when us men, we out here in our madness, pour into us.
Yeah.
When you have a moment, have a chance, speak something from your heart. Like, just let us know we can do better, cause we
Yeah.
get it twisted. We do a lot of twisted wrong stuff, but we need you women. You are essential, very essential.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank
And that is so good for to hear that because it's a heartfelt moment. You know what I'm saying? When you think all hope is gone, just to hear you as a king just speaking out from your heart and being real with it. You know what I'm saying? It makes me,
you.
yeah, we can do better.
That's
We
right.
can get a little bit more stronger with it. You know, just to hear that from you. You know, you all don't know that you all unite us as women the same way that we give the essential oils to you all that you all need. You all
Yes.
unite us, and that was good to hear to the ear. Very good.
You know, so my immediate family, my mother is my grandmother's oldest child. My
Hmm.
mother. So I'm the oldest grandchild. My
Yes.
grandmother have 7 kids,
Hmm.
some deceased, but she has 7 kids. My mother being the oldest. So I was the oldest grandchild. So with my aunts and uncles, I was
Hmm.
like their first child. I
Right.
loved the
Me
way
too.
my aunties used to fight over me and spoil me. And I love going to grandma's house. So like to have that, like the women they wrapped around me.
Yeah.
So that's why my view with women, and I used to be, terrible in my unconscious days. Really, I respected women, but I didn't. You know how that go. But and then I went and sat down for 25 years, and the women was the only one there to make sure I was okay.
Right.
So that shifted my purpose and my respect to say, hey, I got to do right by these queens. It don't
Yeah.
have to be my mother. It don't have to be my lady,
Hmm.
my daughter, whatever. Man, they queens in my eyes, and if it's my friend mother, that's my mama too.
Yes.
Mama Johnson, Mama Smith, Mama
Hmm.
Brown,
Right.
you
Hmm.
my mama too.
All right. You
So
take.
so that's how, and that's why I say, like, I need you women to pour into me, and continue to pour into men, because I know a lot of men make the same mistakes I have. So
Yes.
we need y'all to make sure we
Yeah.
stay on the right path.
I love that.
That's right. And we definitely as women, we and that's part of the platform that's part of our platform for the Million Mile March. You know, as women, we have to be better and do better. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
um a lot of times, like, you know, today is Sunday, you know, it's a lot of grandmamas at the club right now. It's some day parties going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And I remember on Sunday, my grandmama took us to church. You know what I'm saying? We ate after church, and then we
Hmm.
came home and we played, because grandmama, our parents ain't have to come pick us up till Sunday evening, because grandmama was at home. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now, shoot, grandmama say, shoot, she ain't got time for them kids. Oh, I gotta go. I got my own life. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to go back to that village mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's because it takes a village. It takes a village.
Hmm.
Have to get back to that at some point. And that's not to say that, you know, grandmamas can't live their life, but at the end of the day, we gotta support our families a lot more than what we're doing. We have to.
Well, I think that as far as the women are concerned,
Mhm.
um, I feel that they got to buckle down more so now. But so much respect was lost, you know, with the booming the crackhead babies. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, so much respect was lost during those eras, where social media messed up so much. I remember a lady, she had a son and she was getting high. She was in the park. Y'all might remember this. And she was nodding over, and the boy just kept on beating the mama because, she was nodding out on him and beating him and beating him. And the social media wasn't favoring the mom because she was out there raggedy. They was favoring the son, to kick her butt, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that took that child from a place of being a child or dealing with the dysfunctionality that was in his hands right then and there to King Kong, you know. And it got to the point they were just showing so much on social media where these kids were disrespecting their moms because the moms was being disrespectful, but they were disrespecting their grandparents because the moms was leaving the children in the house with the grandparents. The grandparents were so old couldn't get it through. The kids is kicking and cussing and just disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling out. I'm calling out a war on the children. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you got to get back. You got to get back in this arena for where you supposed to respect. In the Bible, it said a child that do not do right by their parents, their life will be shortened. Look at the age limit of these kids that's dying out here. We being slaughtered because everything that the word then said is the prophecy in the Bible is being, you know, was seen and done. And I'm just like I said, I'm doing whatever I need to do, and I'm calling out for help so that we can save our children. And I'm asking all of the men and the kings, all you kings out there, uncles, everybody, come together with us. Two heads together is better than one. Let us sit down there and be adults and sit down and figure out a solution on how to save these children.
I agree. I agree, Queen. Men have to be
My heart
well.
goes out to that.
Our
I told,
father
yeah, mm-hmm,
fathers have to be
yes,
fathers. Be present, man. Just be a father. Be there. Help. Like do your part to help.
mm-hmm,
Um, be a parent first,
yeah,
not your child friend.
Friend.
And that's what's happening today. I see a lot of, I don't want to say young parents. I'm just gonna say parents in general.
right,
They want to be their child's best friend instead of being a parent. Be their mother, be their father. Make
mm-hmm,
sure those lines ain't blurred across. We can
yes,
be as tight and cool as you want to be, but
mm-hmm,
understand I'm your father first.
yes,
That's right.
Understand that I'm not your peer, the homie on the block, or none of that.
That's right.
The mother's got to let them know, hey, I ain't your girlfriend. I'm
Mhm.
your mother first, and then we can be buddies and all that stuff second. but I'm your
Mhm.
parent and you're gonna respect me as your parent. But a lot of times we let so much stuff go because we just want to be cool, and like I don't get that way of thinking. Like you're a parent, you're not the best friend. So
Yes.
so that's one thing. But men
That's right.
definitely we have to do better. We have to step up. We have to be uncles. We have to be the fathers. We have to be who we are in our household and in our community.
Hmm.
Because the women can't do it alone. Y'all can't do it alone. Like it's a collective effort. It's a village. And
Yes, but
parent,
women, as women,
parents,
we have to be accountable as well. You know.
yeah. Let me say this, Queen. Us as parents got to stop saying the village don't have no say so.
Yes.
Because when I was 9, 10, 11, and at grandma's house, Miss Mary next door, Miss Smith down at the end of the corner, whatever, if they see me doing something, they'll snatch me up and say, "Man, I'm calling your grandma."
Yes.
And they'll be on their house phone, and
You
they,
let
my
me know
grandma
about
be
that week.
telling them to get the switch and get the belt. You take care of him, and when he get back here, I got him too.
There you go. There
So
you
now
go.
is man, don't say nothing to my child, and like
Yes.
oh, like cause I'm trying to save your child, and I'm not. I'm gonna wrap this up. Just this summer, we had what 200-300 kids downtown, took over downtown, jumping on the police car, twerking on the police car, uh, tourists walking past coming from other countries and stuff. They punching them in the face and all that. And then when they get locked up or get hurt, then us as parents saying, "Man, my son ain't never did nothing. My
Yep.
daughter ain't never did nothing." No, this your son on TV just punched a tourist in the face.
Hmm.
Or this your daughter jumping on the police cruiser,
Yeah.
twerking on the police cruiser. But
Yeah.
now she got maced, and now y'all want to sue the police.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
so, it has to be accountability.
Hmm.
We when it's our child, we got to say, man, our child was wrong.
Yes.
Hmm.
That don't make us less of a parent.
Right.
No, you was wrong, and I'm not gonna support you doing wrong.
Hmm.
That's it.
But but
That's
but if
me.
they feel they can run to us as parents, they gonna keep doing it, and they ain't gonna listen to nobody else. Cause my dad got me, my mom got me,
Yep.
grandma got me. So I don't care what nobody else talked about.
Hmm.
So it started home. It started with us parents. Like, hey man, I'm not gonna tolerate you doing that. You ain't finna tie this community up like that.
Yeah.
And if you do it, you on your own. Don't call me when you get to the police station.
Yeah. Accountability.
Yeah, cause tough love is good. It
Yes, it
don't
is.
make us less parents. It don't make us care
Hmm.
less. We just need to let them know that we not your friend. Like you can't play with us. You can't handle us like you handle everybody else.
That's
Yep.
right.
And that's just like another thing. Like, it reminds me of a while ago when my son, when he would always be in the house. He was always spoiled. You know, fighting his sisters and all that kind of stuff. And I used to always tell him, "Don't be acting up in school, and don't be fighting your sister because the man ain't supposed to put their hands on no woman." You know what I'm saying? I say,
Mhm.
and white people get in our business, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. I'm gone to work. I come back home, police out there outside my house. I'm trying to figure out why the police outside my house. My son and my sister daughter, they didn't got to fighting. You know what I'm saying? But she was a bully like type. Because she was old and not really bully, but she wanted to be let it be known, I'm the oldest. You're gonna do what I say do. And he wasn't trying to hear that because he was a spoiled brat. So he hit her. She called the police on him. When I pulled up, they had him in the police car. You hear what I'm saying? He about 11 to 12 years old, right? And he up there, "Here go my mama. You let me out of there." You know what I'm saying? I say, "No, you can't get out of there." I say, "I told you don't put no white people in our business." I say, "I told you don't get in no type of predicament that I won't be able to challenge and save you from." Now look what you done did to yourself. So they took him down to the police station. You know what I'm saying? Wrote up a warning thing. It was really a scare tactic and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I told him I wasn't going like, "Oh, you better let my son go." I said, "No, this you caused this act. It hurted me. It hurted me hard. You hear what I'm saying? To see my son in the police car and I couldn't tell him, open up the door and let my son up out of there. It feel bad when somebody got control over your life and you ain't got nothing to say about it. You can't do nothing after you done born that person for 9 months. You done raised that person and took care. Don't put these people in your business where we cannot reach you.
Exactly.
Where we don't have no power over this government. And these kids need to know that. Once you get in this system, it ain't nothing that we could do. And I'm not going to be coming to visit you because you caused your own demise.
Can I ask? I'm a poll. Just an open question.
Yes.
Why do you queens think the youth today don't have any value on life?
Say that again.
Why do you think that the youth today doesn't value life?
I think it's a combination of things. I think that they're not getting enough love and structure in the home, and I think that they're not getting what they need at home, and then they're getting fed so much negativity through through TV, through social media, through radio, through YouTube. You know, everything is negative. Every song you hear, they got the best beats. They telling you to pop a perk. Okay. You know, they telling you ain't getting no hugs in the house because your mama still sleep because she at the club now. These clubs is full of women. You know what I'm saying? These bars, most of these happy hours, and they ain't to say there ain't no men in there, but when you go to any club, any bar, any restaurant, it's chick heavy. You go to Cooper's Hawk right now, they crowded, they full of women, and they drinking wine. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not knocking anything, but the reality is, while you out there doing this, your kids is entertaining themselves, or they being entertained by an outside entity that is not positive.
And my answer to that is this. Excuse me, I ain't trying to be X-rated, but I gotta let y'all know.
Don't do it.
Some women, such as myself, kept the titty in their mouth too long and still letting them drink their milk, making them think that when they start whining and crying about anything, everything gonna be okay. I don't know no better way to say it, but babying them and covering all the things that they do that's wrong, and always having a solution for them when they are wrong instead of instead of doing what you're supposed to do for anything that if they get out of order, we're not um giving them the correct reprimand punishment that they need, and I'm a parent that I'm quick, I don't follow protocols like uh talking to the child. When you screaming and hollering at somebody, they're not hearing what you're saying. Cause you hollering and screaming. So they thinking that, oh, she ain't gonna do nothing, she ain't gonna whoop me, she ain't gonna do nothing but scream and holler all doggone day long. And they'll go right back doing the same thing they doing instead of you sitting down talking to them, like explaining the situation to them, talking to them like they're a human being one on one. You hear what I'm saying? Because a lot of parents, such as myself, we be so stressed out from working and trying to make it out here in the field and stuff like that, and all our frustration when the kids do something wrong, we don't take the time out to really parent them on having a conversation with them. We yell, scream, and throw sticks and all type of stuff, instead of it's a certain way that our women and a lot of the fathers and stuff like that, I think we need more coaching on parenting where we're communicating with our children instead of just abusing them mentally and sometimes physically.
So, like, I asked that question for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say, like, to be clear to our audience, like, we're not bashing any parenting or the way they do it. We gonna be honest and we're gonna talk why people can understand. A lot of us as parents have dropped the ball. We have
Mm-hmm.
fallen short.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, the kids got to take responsibility too, cause it's their actions. We ain't telling them
Mm-hmm.
to go out there and cut up. So, like, man, what they doing is not a result of us, but what we are saying, we dropped the ball in the sense that we're not doubling down on them and talking to them and grabbing them, by their hand or by their collar and say, hey, man, like enough is enough. Hey, we gonna do something different at this point. So we fell short in that sense. Because I believe every parent has done the best they can with their child or
Mhm.
the best they could. And even for the ones that like had addictions or whatever, like they was fighting a demon, they was fighting a monster.
Yeah.
They couldn't even take care of themselves, so they couldn't do nothing for the child when they couldn't take care of themselves. But for the ones that could take care of their child and they grandkids and stuff, I believe I would like to say that everybody did the best they could. But the reason why I asked that question is because where we fall short of not telling them how much they matter or how much we love them, or they can be the next president or the next Thomas Edison, the next biggest inventor, or the next Mark Zuckerberg. Not putting
Mm-hmm.
those positive affirmations into
Yes.
them, they start to like devalue their own life, maybe feel like they don't matter. So now when they look at another human being, like life in itself just don't matter to them. I'd be quick to take the next person's life because life don't matter no way.
Right.
But I believe if they had more value on their own life, they would
Mhm.
look at another person and maybe think twice.
That's right.
Man, it ain't that serious, man. I can step this one off.
Right.
It ain't that serious, man, to ruin this, take this person's life or bring that pain to this person's family or something like that. If they had more value or love themselves a little bit more. And I'm just throwing that out there because we have an audience, and I'm just really trying to plant a seed or pique curiosity or things like that
Mhm.
because there's no one solution. But in my mind, those are some of my thoughts. Like, man, I wonder if because they don't love themselves, that's why they quick to harm the next person. Cause what they
Right.
say, hurt people,
Yes.
in
Right.
that sense. So like it could be like a mental hurt or something like that. Like, man, my father was never around. They never told me they loved me. They never came to a basketball. So
Mhm.
I don't matter to nobody. So
Right.
the next person don't matter.
That's
And
right.
and that,
Mhm.
and that was why I was going with that. That's why I say, why do y'all think? Because I'd be like, man, is it that they not getting enough positive
Yes.
affirmation? Is it that we not being hands on and letting them know that they matter to the world, that they matter to us?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
That's
Well, we are over our time, and I know I see we going, and we can do this all day, but we got to get ready and close out, Mr. Lux. We so appreciate you coming on at such short notice. We appreciate your support, and we're gonna hold you to it now because you got
any
to come back. But
anytime.
you
I'm
have
gonna bring
any
my brother
final
Ed
words?
Brown next time.
Okay.
Please
Okay.
do, 'cause we need Ed because Ed got a story to tell. So
Yes,
Okay.
we
Ed Brown
need
will
him.
be with me next time.
But give us the final word, Mr. Lux.
Uh, God is good. And it's a call to action for all the parents and everyone that's listening to us. Let's just try to do a little bit more in our community and in our household, and let's continue to work towards change.
That's right. That's right. Come on, Queen. Give him a close out.
I love you all, and I hope that this segment of the Aisha Sister podcast brought some type of awareness to you all, so we could all come together, bridge the gap, and move forward as one.
All right. All right. Um, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. The Tribal Peace Summit showed me, and I'm quite sure it showed everybody in that room, that peace is possible if all parties want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we deserve. We deserve peace. We deserve it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you everybody for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to be a guest on our show, email us at aishasisters@gmail.com. Our next show will be aired October 24th at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you all and hope to see you all next time.
Peace.